computer. There you go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We have another amazing episode of Tales of the Forgotten Sea with my beautiful player here. And what we are doing, we are playtesting a brand new tabletop roleplay game. You heard this many, many times. And we did something new last week. We created an entire psionic school just for one character.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes.
But yeah, you're very welcome. That's not the main point. Actually, we traumatize that character first, and we have a very, very, heavy emotional damage lay down kind of episode. That ended up with a lot of tears, happy tears.
Hugging and
Um,
stuff. It was emotional.
Hugging and etc., snobbing, yeah. And that way we're going to start immediately. But let me take a big little step back. Let me explain for who missed it. We are still in Tesiki. We are going to leave, I promise. And we are now with a lot of different purpose and etc. We found a way to redirect the Shadow Chariot curse on someone else. In this case, Zavalek Shar, the person that these people need to deliver this black box that was containing something useful, something that will be that was going to reveal a lot of information to Lady Carla Voraci. And they did. They found a way to push the curse to the person that they're going to deliver the box. So they still need to go to him, but with a different purpose now. And at the same time, Carla was able to open the box, look inside, and find a ledger with a lot of information, a lot of things, a lot of proof of what Zavelek Shah and the people around him uh, did to silence his father. Later, make a lot of money using it, using those trade exchanges to in the past, and to also silence his uh, her husband, sorry, and her son. So thanks to those information, now Carla can have vengeance or justice, as she wants to put it. But to get to that point, we needed to go through Rock shattered mind to his memory of his childhood and to the snakes that inhabits his head, that they are almost like crystallized memories. Memories, people that are no longer with us, but they always be part of him. And memories that made him. So, thanks to the hard work of the Brotherhood of Whisper and Jarvis and Miguel help, Rockwell was able to rebuild himself and became whole anew. Uh, I would say the captain also helped on that matter, but mm, her position there was more like an emotional anchor than anything else. We finished the session with them outside in a big sobbing hug that ended up with a very, very happy but heartbroken Carla uh, finally being able to breathe. Like she felt like a weight was lifted from her soul. And Jarvis came closer, tried to calm her down, and etc. I ended up being dragged down in a hug and etc. And everyone decided to jump in. And that's it. So now let's restart pretty much from there, just a few moments later, when everyone is now a little bit more calm. There are still, fresh sign of the tears on your cheeks, and you are heading back towards um, the ship, and Carla will announce something. Actually, more than announce something, she will ask you something, guys. I know that I I ask you a lot, and I know that we had an agreement that you fulfill. Now I have two choices here, and I'm in between. Uh, I'm honestly struggling a bit of what's the next step. So I'm asking to this group of people, what do you guys think I should do? Come with you, see this through, and maybe help you with finding the treasure and etc., or get back home to the rest of my family and bring those proof to the Voracis family in Obolowa and let the slow but deadly bureaucratical machine do his job to bring Zavalek and everyone else name on this list in front of a jury.
Well, if you know that Javelak is going to get this package and die, that is there's little that they can do to stop that now. They'll be completely blindsided by this. If you think that the others need to find justice more quickly, then maybe you should carry the ledger home. But I think that this is your end. This is where it ends for you at the very least. Seeing him finished, um, maybe even finding a way to be there when it happens. Um, but at least close by, I think that that would be a nice piece of closure for yourself. You know that all of this is going to come to fruition for you, but uh, for my feeling is your help in all of this going forward, at least to that end. Um, Having you with us, I think, would be most helpful. I'll look over at Rock because you look like you have something to say, Brian.
Oh, I have a lot. First,
Of course.
the out of character stuff. When I switched the curse, I thought it was when Rock opens the box, the spirit will come and like if Rock opens the box before he gets there, his spirit will be taken away in the carriage and never seen again. He'll just leave the circle of reincarnation. When I said I inverted that, wouldn't that mean that when I opened the box, the curse would just automatically target him because he would be me in that case?
No, the
Okay.
curse is being transferred. You cannot be inverted, of course. You can. It's being transferred to a different target, and
Okay.
now the target is not the person that opened the box,
Okay.
but the person that received the box.
Okay, that's fine. I wanted to know. I guess Rock would also not know exactly know how the curse had changed, so that's fine. Now the in character stuff.
Actually, may I ask before you go in character,
Sure, yeah.
um, if if we deliver that to his place and some servant receives it, is it the servant that then gets it, or is it still
No,
he?
it's the person that the box is intended for.
Okay, all right. I just want to clarify that. All right. You
Yeah.
want to get
No,
caught up in some
no,
weird
fair
legal
point.
loophole.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. I
no,
didn't
fair
want to
point.
accidentally kill some poor servant who was just like,
Yeah, yeah.
giving tea or something. Uh, okay.
All right, thank you.
No problem. Any other out of character stuff before I jump back in? All right, I'm just making sure. Uh, in character, I will say something like, I don't think you should, and this again, his personality seems very different. I don't think you should do that by yourself. I don't think you should leave the group and pursue that path because I don't think it's safe. That's my opinion. Because the moment you wander away from the group, is when if you're the only one who has those ledgers, you're the only one who has that evidence. You could easily be taken out by any number of tactics. Most of them I actually know because I had a relatively rough upbringing.
Okay.
You don't
I
have your
see.
bodyguards where you at this moment. I mean, you could get some more at some point, but you are. I'm not saying that you're defenseless. I know very much you're not, but a group of individuals with purpose could be a problem.
She nods. She look around. She look at every one of you, and Captain Alvida just intervene and say, "Plus, woman, listen, I we need to deliver that box. So if you want to see this Mr. Shar dead, you need to leave us the ledger with us. So because we need to deliver it to him." So Kara is like, okay. Uh, Part of me is happy, happy to continue, guys. I am fondly of this batch of strange people around. At the same time, as you can imagine, I'm tired and I fought so much, and I just want to go home. But yes, I think I need to see it through. And you're right, Rock. I I need to have my protections and um, Jarvis, you feel her hand, grabbing the edge of your pants, and she just and I feel much more protected now.
And one story closes, another one opens. See it to the end, and you can start fresh. Chapter of your life.
Uh, Jarvis reaches down and uh, takes her hand, and squeezes a little bit. Like, you are safe with us. You are part of our crew as long as uh, long as you're with us.
Uh, when you kind of boldly just grab and squeeze her hand, even if she just hugged you just a few seconds ago, she just went a little bit, like rosy chic and just gently remove it and just okay.
Right.
And
And he just pats her on the shoulder.
Yeah.
It felt
Also,
weird. It felt weird her pulling on his pants, honestly.
also, you've seen how we fight. You have one of the world's greatest duelists here. You have a master wizard, and you have like just a hands out rock.
Yeah, me. And like at the moment he does that, all the snakes kind of like move around a little bit, like and us, like we're here, like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just,
Not to mention the rest of this fine crew and our amazing captain.
Yes, we couldn't be
I,
here without our captain. She is, in fact, pretty awesome.
Thank you,
and,
I,
guys.
and overworked and stressed and really probably needs a drink.
Yes.
mm,
Drunk
And
Yeah,
for me to
yeah.
not bring any more problems. Yes, thank you.
Sorry I
Okay.
bring so many problems on you, by the way.
Listen, guys. I accept you on board. So if you bring problem, is my fault because I accepted you with me. So speaking of drink, I have a very nice bottle of Romfostian waiting for me in my cabin, and I think we should, you know, open it up and have it Ugre way, where we drink it cold instead of warming it up, and just got hammered until this night.
Yes. I'll bring the cards.
Mm.
I like that. And yes, I think you, woman, need to just lose up a little bit and don't think about anything until tomorrow after headache. So let's get back to the ship. Let's get back to our home, because honestly, guy, I'm still looking forward to reach to Akiptos, to find the bloody treasure and leave all the rest of behind.
Okay. Before we leave, no, he feels indebted to the Whispers group, and he'll turn around and be like, "If you need me, let me know. I don't know how I could ever repay that debt, but let me know."
There is all the brothers from the Brotherhood of Whispers, just man and woman, just nod in your direction, all at unison. And one of the youngest one, come closer, is
Okay.
this girl with very short hair, a little bit,
Right.
fuzzy all over the place, freckles on her face, big, uh, kind of orangey, golden eye, and she take your hand and put a little pendant in it.
Yeah.
Is the pendant with the symbol of the Brotherhood, the Whisper, and the woman that
Yeah.
with the big horn that help you to through all this process,
Right. Yeah.
then is watching from behind, just smile, and you feel, only you this time
Yeah.
feel this message in your mind. You are not part of us, but we will remember you. And if there is a truth in our coven, no lies will be spoken about it. And we always we always have a memory of who you are and who they were. With who they oh, sorry, this is me having
Yeah. No. No.
problem with
I get it.
um you know um
Yep.
I say the right way.
Go on.
Sorry, I broke I broke
No,
I
it's fine.
broke the
It's
carpet.
all right. It's all right.
So, and she just nod, smile in your direction, and you know that each one of them is now part of the big net of connections and information, then is not just the symbol, but is the embodiment on every single tunic of the Brothers of the Whisper. This net, this kind of spider web that they have as a symbol on each
Right.
one, because every single words, every single thing that they see on or they spoke about is connected to one another. So now, rock is part of it.
Okay. So what I'll do then is, since I bowed when I because they were bowing and I bowed, each one down the row, because now he's got more control than he did before, so each snake in unison kind of goes like in a row, kind of like that, because
Kind of what's
they're all
happened.
right.
Yeah, and this now you realize that the same way that Alvida did, because every single time she can easily control what her snakes
Right,
do.
because normally they would like kind of just decide to do what they would on their own. Most of the time it was right, but it would just be like, I'm gonna go and do this.
and now they are all part of you. You're one cohesive chorus of snakes. um, so, you guys left this entrance of the cave behind. You leave the Brotherhood of Whispers behind, and you just walk back down the Tasiki streets. And when you finally reach back to the Risky Cather, your ship, um, the sun is getting low, and it's the right time for actually start to think, relax, and unwind. Hot Pot will bring food because it's his job
Yeah.
and it's also time. People are happy to see you back on board, the usual familiar faces and etc. And Miguel, your family is or immediately on you. And
As
John,
I'm sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
no, no, please, please.
As I'll step onto the boat, they'll probably notice Roxor is all messed up, like because he was very aloof, kind of aloof in the background, unless he had to do something, like unless he had a leadership role. So he'll walk out to the boat and be like, uh, fellow comrades. It's like he just smiles and he just climbs onto the boat.
There is some perplexed look,
Roll.
some shrugs, and some smile. Kwan is the only imperturbable, like stoic, and I look at
Oh, come
you.
on, go on, like loosen up a little bit, like too stiff, too stiff, my friend.
Miguel's behind Rock, and he gives the feel the nod of he with a thumbs up to them. It's like he's okay. Everything's silently.
You receive a pat on your shoulder by Kwan. It's
There
like,
you go.
but that's it. Its expression is always the same.
You can't really, yeah. Okay.
All right. Anywho, you guys ready to party? Let's go. I got already produces cards, produces loot. Wait, where'd I get this?
Okay, sounds
You're,
good.
you're gonna play cards against someone who could analyze this 8 times over. All right, let's go. Cracks his
Is
knuckles.
that a challenge? He walks into the. Granted, he waits for the captain to invite them in.
Yes, the captain invites you in, guys, and etc. And so it's going to be the four or the five of you. Kuan will join a certain point, mostly to see what the heck is going on, and etc. But they are going to leave you at a certain point. Some member of the crew will join as well. Just to go around the table and just have a little bit more fun and etc. By rules that you cannot ever bet money on top
Yeah.
when you're on the ship. It's the captain doesn't allow it, and is also bad for the crew morale. The only thing you can bet are like work shift or duties on things
Oh,
you
that.
need to do, and etc. etc. So it's like, oh, I'm going to clean the deck twice, but and you put something like, oh, I peel the potato tomorrow, and stuff like this.
For fun, I'll be like, Miguel, it's the we're gonna do the hut challenge. We're gonna go and
Oh,
have Hot Pot make us like the spiciest food, and the one who loses has to eat it.
actually, no. Okay, not. He's like, I'm in.
All right,
He
there
gets
we
like
go.
he sits down. He puts his
Spicy.
hands on the table. He's ready. Does a couple of
Perfect.
flips with the cards, and then passes it to Jarvis. Jarvis, can you cut the deck, please?
Oh,
Yeah, Jarvis cut the deck, but
And,
you can kind of tell Jarvis is he's not like stiff or anything, but he seems like he's got something else on his mind.
Jarvis, you want
and
in?
No, I'm just gonna sit back and watch. That's okay.
Yeah, no worries.
And
No
Jarvis
pressure,
is
buddy.
actually going to take out a book and be a nerd and just start reading.
Supposed to be having fun, Jarvis. What are you doing over there?
I
Oh,
I am having fun.
Okay.
I'm watching you guys have fun, and I'm doing what I like to do.
Oh, fine.
oh, is this the thing where when people who don't like the antisocial people. This is
they're
how
in.
they socialize.
Yeah, he's absorbing our socialization by being in the room. That's correct.
Okay, you're fine then. Enjoy
Yeah.
your book.
Yeah, I'm present, but I am enjoying it my own way.
Reminds me of a cat.
Yeah, I'm a cat. I'm a catfish.
Yeah, the other person that actually at the beginning is a little bit more stiff, but by the end of the evening, she's going to lose much more. Is Carla? At the beginning is just, oh well, maybe I can put this down. I can maybe do this chore and etc. And by the end of it is like full on of. Like, I bet you cannot do this. She's drunk as hell.
So okay, go ahead.
Please.
Oh no, he's gonna ready for Operation Loosen Up.
Look, if this doesn't end with Rock losing terribly, wearing a dress, running around on the deck, that doesn't. I
Running
assumed
around
it went
the deck,
wrong.
doing the hot pot
Eating hot pot
challenge.
food.
So that is what we're doing.
Because Carla, sometimes she you can hear it just kind of swearing in Obolowa language, and she from your point of view, Obolowa language is very musical. Is a lot of local word and ups and down sounds and etc. But you know that she's not saying very nice things, especially when she's using.
Wonderful tone, I'll say, as she goes.
Yes.
It's a very colorful
beautiful
language.
Tender there. Tender.
Yeah. And the bottle of rum Faustian then has been opened by your captain, that despite the name doesn't contain any rum, is not a rum-based drink, but rather a potent blend of ale, gin, sherry, spices, and raw egg yolk.
Oh, it's kitchen sink. Kitchen sink for everyone.
I'm ready.
And in one bottle you can find like 12 egg yolk, a quarter of ale, like a pint of gin. It's quite complicated mix and etc. And usually this is being served hot. In Ugre, because they prefer it raw and cold, she serve it with ice. So it's like this very, very kind of strong, very creamy kind of drink that goes down quite well.
Sounds like drinking. It sounds like drinking mayonnaise.
Oh.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah. Oh God.
Again, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I'm taking it.
Oh, I just gotta.
The thing is protein rich, is thick because of the egg yolk, and that is a little bit feel like almost like eggnog.
Gotcha.
Just-
Kitchen sink nog is what we're going
Yes.
with here. Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing consumed, nothing thrown out.
Yeah.
It's like am I drinking at a high school party? All right, gotcha.
And
Oh.
so you guys drink it, and it's nice, but you need to decide if you like it or not.
You don't.
Is Alvita serving it?
Yes.
Then I like it. That's his face.
Miguel has
Much more
tasted
relaxed
many a
rock,
drink.
really.
I've bet it doesn't matter. By the time he's done, he will love it. It's an acquired taste.
It's an acquired taste. Fair enough. Fair enough.
How are we doing the actual game, though? Are we actually rolling this out, or are we narratively just like
I would
we play
totally
cards all
would do
day?
a roll. I will totally roll it off against you, even if it's like roll 2d6
Oh,
and
God.
see who gets higher. or
Okay,
something.
so we are going to roll. We are going to spice things up. I'm going
boy.
to ask you to roll 2d20.
D20s?
Oh,
I don't
God.
have those right here.
I
Come on.
do. I gotta go
Oh, wait, I
steal
can roll
my
one
dice
twice.
from my husband. 1 second.
Oh,
2d20, and you don't know. And in order to win, you need not to go above a 21. We are
we're
playing
playing
blackjack.
Hmm. Do they say what we're not allowed to use while playing card games? Like, are there like no special powers? No, you know what I
No,
mean?
Alveda doesn't. It's like, you want to cheat. But if I notice you cheating,
No,
I
So Rock would look around the table to see if anyone else is going to be using their weird, funky powers or anything. And he just looks around. If no one else is, he won't, because these are
Miguel
just
is
playing for
not
fun.
cheating.
Okay,
He's
so it looks like we're playing for fun.
Yeah,
Jarvis
he's
will
playing.
will get dealt in too. That's
Ah, there you go. Put the book down.
yeah. No, he's still reading. He's like, yeah, no, throw me some cards. I'll, I'll play.
all right. I'm ready
What?
to go
By the
whenever anyone
way,
else is.
by the way, what Jarvis is reading right now? Just
For right now, he's going to continue reading his tome because
okay,
part
good.
of his upgrade is that he's going to learn those new spells. So I'm kind of throwing that thematically in, but he's still enjoying himself at the same time.
Perfect, perfect. Go for it. So, um, you roll the first D20. This is the card that is being handed to you by Alvida. She is on this round. She's the one dealing the
Gotcha,
cards,
gotcha. Okay. Yep.
and you don't tell me what you got.
Oh, I see. Yep.
You don't tell me what you got. You need to be honest on the matter.
Gotcha.
Um, and you need to say if you stay, if you ask for another card, and etc.
Saru will come down and will tap the card and be like,
Okay, so you roll another 220.
okay.
You tap, you stay, you're
I stay.
perfect. Jarvis,
Just roll one and then roll the other.
yeah, you just roll one, and you
Okay.
decided I'm happy with this, or are you ask for more?
I'm gonna just he's from behind his book. He's just gonna like hold up his hand, like he's good.
You're good.
Ooh,
Oh,
holding
Alvida
a one
already.
card. Dude, wow, that's pretty impressive. He'll
This
look
is pretty
over.
impressive. And I mean, technically speaking, you hold more cards, but of course, because there is not the cards goes for one, two,
Sure.
like
Yeah.
classic French one. But you're happy with what your hand is being the hand is being delivered to you.
Mhm.
Miguel,
All right. I'm gonna hold on to this one.
perfect. So Alvida just, she just put down a card for herself. She's like, she put another one. Like, and she feel like I don't know if she wanna risk it or not, and etc. And she's like, another, and she just fold. It's like no, oh fuck, and
How he just has
uh,
the face of like, how are you a captain? You're losing a card game. Just has the
yeah, no,
face.
she doesn't have a poker face for sure.
Oh my god.
um, she's quite, she's always
Yeah, when
quite
everybody's
honest.
a few drinks in, yeah.
Um, Carla, on otherwise, she has the best poker face
Of
ever.
course. Of course.
She's trained to have the poker face of a beautiful player, and right now she's holding three cards. She's happy, and she's looking at everyone
I
with like I'm
don't
going
like that
with
at
that
all.
expression that I'm going to fuck you over. It's like
Yeah.
that's it. So rock.
We can't pull a third card, can we? And is that just a third D20?
Yes, you can.
Hold on, give me a moment to think about. He like nervously looks at Carla, no, not Carla, Miss Faraci. He looks at Miss Faraci.
Yeah,
I don't like that. Just takes about it. Look at his
and
hand again.
she has a little smile on the corner of their mouth, like, come.
You notice Jarvis barely even looked at his cards and is just he's got them like tucked into the book like a placeholder, and he's just reading
hmm
and not even noticing anybody else. Just
No,
So,
I'm not. I might could be a bluff. I'm stopping. Nope. Nope.
okay. So you're out, Miguel, and
Uh,
actually Jarvis.
yeah.
I'm in.
Oh, you're in. Okay, perfect.
Well, I'm still holding with this. I'm just not increasing it. So I'll just be like, I'm not gonna try to press good luck
You're
on
not
that.
folding, you're holding. Okay,
Right, yeah, I'm
perfect.
holding.
And Miguel, you're the last one.
All right. I don't like that face on her, and I need a not. I'm going. This is a bad idea, but I'm going for it. Take one more.
Okay, you take one more. Roll for the dice.
Add those totals together. That's what you get.
He holds it. He attempts to make a poker face.
Okay,
He's gonna,
so
he's gonna stop there.
and you stop there. So everyone need to reveal their cards.
All right,
So
so I'll
Rob,
type it. I'll
how you
type
do?
into the. I could just say it. 14. Flips it over.
14. Jarvis.
20.
Ah, of course.
Ah, rolls
Why?
over.
Why would you flip the second
Miguel.
card?
19.
Man.
And Carla put down a 20. And he look at you, Jarvis. It's like, ah. So you need to split at this point.
Wow, they got the same number exactly. Sips his thing and puts it down. That's
I
kind of
take a
crazy.
drink. Another.
Uh, and you guys do some rounds like
Yeah,
this
yeah,
and
that's
carry
fine.
on, and you just keep drinking, keep having fun, and etc. Um, at a certain point, I need when there's nothing more to bet, and you see that you almost switch on a side of Carla that she doesn't usually show. She's very competitive and she play hard.
Oh no.
It's okay.
So
I
when there's sorry, please.
no, he just makes the face like this was a mistake. Like just kind of
No,
like
this is
washes over his face, then goes solid again.
Miguel. Miguel just said things. Oh, this is perfect. That means we can keep going.
And yeah, but there is a moment where it became a little bit awkward because she starts to put down things like your ring, your sword, my bra, something like this. It's like personal effects and etc.
Mm-mm.
And the captain tried to at a certain point she just collect the card and say, okay, this was fun, but I think we need to move over to another game. And Carla is like, why?
Can I attempt to start a song to kind of distract her?
Yeah,
And because I'm a married man, I can't be having another woman. So
fair enough.
I'm gonna make a performance roll. I take the loot that I found. I'm not sure where I found it or what I.
You know, there is a some musical instrument on board, so you can definitely have it.
All right, 1 second. I thought I had the character sheet open. 1 second.
Don't worry.
I'm gonna make a performance roll.
Can
Quick.
I ask a question while they're doing that? Um,
Yes.
is the boat back in the water, or are we still on dry dock?
No, we are back into the water. We are
Okay.
still now we are back. You know, it's like we are. This was the week. This was
Hmm.
happening during the week that we you guys have all the restocks and all the things fixed and etc. And the ship was back into the water.
Hmm.
Um, so I will say we are close to the end of this week, and you can definitely be back into the water.
All right.
15. On a 15, he starts singing a song and put up a performance to
You
distract.
Yeah, you know, she just this pot face like it's not fun anymore. But after you are start to sing, and she just relax a little bit, and she just starts to sing with, like following your lead and etc. And the evening goes on,
Yes.
and everyone is a little bit more cheerful, everyone is a little bit more drunk, and you guys also seem your captain a little bit more drunk, and your captain more drunk is a little bit more, I would say, loose. And um, Rock, she leaning on you quite heavily, and she's just chatting with the other, asking Jarvis how he's going with the magic and etc. But when you are sitting down and there is a person just like on you like this.
How is? Oh, this is different rock. Okay, so she's like leading on him like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and nothing more than that. She doesn't. It's not flirty or anything like that. She's just leaning on you, and um, you had that kind of encounter a few weeks ago,
Yeah, yeah.
and you don't know how to take this. It's a little bit more. I don't know how you feel about it, but
I think the best thing that he could do at this point is he'll act like in a more open and friendly way. So she'll lead into him, and he'll like, if the bottle is kind of near him, he'll kind of like just slide it, like just be like, like, be very like casual about it. Like, come on, we're having a good time.
yeah, 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 yeah. And yeah, Jarvis is reading, like hand and feet tapping with the music. I got that. And yeah, the,
uh, as when they get really when they're just like at the top of almost drunk, he goes, "Thanks for putting up with my shit. I really appreciate it." He looks like he's gonna be sick because he's so drunk.
yeah, and you have got the hand of the captain on your face, just caressing you as like, yeah, everything's good. You're a good boy. Uh, uh,
He like I don't know if you've ever seen this expression. He looks like not he's in a cross between like embarrassed and like straight up like I you can tell me how that how I was a good boy kind of look on his face. And there's like and he shakes it off. No, 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 not the time.
uh, the captain didn't even look at you. She
Oh,
just,
that's
just
fine. It's funny because other people will see his reaction and the captain won't. So it's
no.
just like first he's like kind of embarrassed, and then he's like you could almost see like the snakes kind of drunkenly like doing this thing, and then it's just sort of like, well, good boy, huh? And I'm like, no, 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 no. Just hurt his head.
And,
I
I
mean,
told you
a
the
good
captain
a
is
good
looking
boy or
more.
a bad boy, right?
And no, yeah, he was about like halfway into be doing that bit, and he's just like he just shakes his head, not the time.
Miguel gives you a wink
What?
as he's like he gives you a look. I could change the song to something else more appropriate if you want me to.
Um, uh, Alvida has those rosy cheek right now, not because she's embarrassed or anything, but just because the
Yeah,
alcohol is in there. It
yeah,
just
yeah.
running free. And so, unless you guys want to do anything else, we are going to say that the night goes on. At some point, Alvida will literally just fall asleep on your lap.
I
um,
I think she's just gonna. I'll look at the rest. Like I think she's just gonna lay there. So I think you guys can probably just go. It's
I
just
go
like
grab does she have like, is there like a blanket or a jacket
yeah,
that I can put
somebody
on both of them?
somebody throw
yeah,
a
yeah.
blanket
No,
over me.
there is their cabin, so there is their bed, there is a personal effect, everything is here.
I
I'm gonna
get,
do this like a
I,
college party where I'm just kind of fall asleep where I am. Like it's like
Miguel
put my
gets a
head
really
on the left.
soft blanket, like a nice one, and he very carefully puts it around both of them.
Uh,
And then I also get a pillow to put right behind your head, Rock.
uh, but it's funny because when you do that, they kind of like yeah shift around.
Oh
I
yeah,
guess
the snakes.
yeah, yeah, it's
Sorry,
funny.
it's
No,
just
no,
well,
no, it's fine.
that'll
It's
maybe
fine.
And
It's funnier that they're
all
also kind of
Arvida's
drunk too.
snakes are literally just slithering around your leg and etc. They are very long and loose at the moment.
Oh yeah, no, he's tired. He's like, "Hey guys, come on, chill, calm down there."
And
It's like it's
uh, Carla is shouting. She doesn't speak right now. She is
oh,
shouting. Her
jeez.
volume is like super high. It's
can
that
I
kind of drunk people. And you, Jarvis, you and
Jarvis,
Miguel,
can you help your friend out, please?
yeah, you
At this
just
point,
bring her
Jarvis has
back.
the book down. and is
Sorry.
escorting.
Yeah.
Jarvis has put the book away and escorting Carla out. Um, come on, Miss Verace, let's go admire the sea.
And when you actually are going to bring her to admire the sea, you are going to spend the next couple of minutes holding her hair because she is puking overboard.
Mm-hmm.
um, and she's scolding you in the meantime.
Me?
There's like, and she keeps scolding you in Obolowa. You don't understand a word of what she's
She's
saying.
scolding me.
Yes, you don't
Yeah.
know what is she actually saying. It's like, what?
In between heaving, she's yelling at me.
I can
That's
take
fine.
care
not
of
yelling.
myself. Blah. I'm great.
Yes, it's like
Everything's
she's
blah.
telling you something, her finger are pointing at you, and you don't understand exactly what. By the tone, is like she's telling you something that she's not happy about it, and in between sentences, she just look back overboard and keep throwing up
Mm-hmm.
until she is um, leaning on you just to stand up. And finally, in Ingetirian, she said, "Bring me to my bed, please. Ah, my head is killing me."
Jarvis will scoop her up,
Oh,
and
okay.
will um, carry her to her bed. Um, which I don't know if we ever determined it, but I I don't know if we had the space, but he basically gave up his bed to give it to her. So he carries her to his bed and tucks her in and puts a bucket by her side and gets her a glass of water and a couple of different little things, um, and gets her comfortable, and then goes out onto the deck and um, finds himself a hammock that he's put up for himself, and sits on the deck with his book and continues reading, and just lets the swaying of the boat and the swaying of the hammock become a little bit of a begins to like kind of feel a prayer to ocean kind of coming over him, and but doesn't completely take his mind off of Carla, because he's growing quite fond of her, um, and her fiery nature, because it's kind of juxtaposition to his more like stoic kind of calm nature.
Yeah.
And
Carla is a woman that rebuilded herself multiple times over the course of her life.
mhm,
And she is not someone that goes down without a fight. You got
mhm,
that. Um, and yes, um, when you scoop her up, I think you bring her down to like a little bit of bridal style that by the way you describe it. And she is like gasping for a second, just grab on you because she doesn't want to fall. And when you finally put her down, she doesn't even look at you, and just awkwardly, turn to her side, um, very shyly and such. And she just give you a good night when you walk away, and and a word that sounds like grazie that you
mhm,
understand roughly there is a thanks.
mhm.
Um, and that's it, pretty much. How about you, Miguel?
All right, well, I make sure that Rock and the captain are doing fine first. Is there any cleaning up that needs to be done before?
The room, it has a lot of glasses and an empty bottle, cards on the table, but no actual real cleaning. That's, just you can just quickly remove those things.
Yeah, he just straightens up a little bit. So she, when she does wake up, she doesn't have to A, have a headache, and then B, have to deal with the mess. So he takes a moment, and then he's actually surprisingly, despite the amount of drink he hasn't actually like personality hasn't quite changed a whole lot because he didn't get quite that drunk. No, but
Yeah. You think Rock, Lady Varachi, and the captain are the one that felt it most.
A
Uh,
third, and a third, and whatever was left in the bottle. Like,
yeah,
yeah. While you are being used to party, let's call it like that, because of course, like after a big fight, you were always invited to have drinks, to see some patrons, and etc. So your liver is quite used to this kind of challenge, and yeah, when you leave the room, it's quiet. There is a soft snoring from Alvida and a very, half awake, half asleep Rock that is awkwardly looking down and try and just putting his head on the pillow. Um, but yeah, you're being left by yourself at this point, and
oh,
your mind goes to a memory. You remember this fondly and sad at the same time. Is it was after a fight in Saria. You were invited to this party. And there was so many patrons there, people that you needed to, brown nosing for her, for the next gig and etc. etc. And you saw this beautiful Sartas woman, fairy red hair, just sitting there, being asked, it's like other people, other men, if she wanted a drink. And she was, you know, just pushing them off without a care. She wasn't there for them and etc. And but you got Star Treks. It's like you saw her and you knew that you needed to knew her. You needed to be with her. And that was the first time you met your wife. So how Miguel is feeling right now.
yeah, feels nostalgic. He feels sad. Seeing everyone go off, but he also feels he, he smiles at the just kind of smiles at the memory. He looks out to the ocean. I imagine is he by himself right now since it's pretty quiet.
Yes.
He just kind of looks out towards the direction that he believes is he might be able to meet his wife. He holds his hands to the chest and just let's just feeling a tiny bit of determination. It's like I'm going to save you.
When
And he
you
called
when you put your hand on your chest, you feel it. Almost, you put it on almost like without thinking about it, but is there. The necklace with the pin of the Sarian's Inquisition. One of the last few things that you still have about that is belonged to your wife. And is there tucked close to your heart. And you're right. You feel you're right. You feel like you're going to save her, you're going to find her. At the same time, this hope, it's a little bit of a knife because you don't have any proof of that. And you know that is going to be difficult. But like you said, you're coming for her. And like you swoon her that first night, you convince her with your relentless passion and your relentless will to accept a drink from you, you know that you are going to find a way to bring her home to your children.
He's after getting that feeling, he thinks of his children and remember their faces and how happy, and he wants to he's determined to bring his family back to everyone, bring his entire family back together. Uh, is there any other like I guess if there's any drinks around, he'll give a toast to the future and
Mhm.
staying on track, being determined, and takes a little swig if he can find anything.
You still have maybe, when you were putting things back together, you maybe have found a little bit of rum Famstin still in one of the cups, so you can just use that one.
He does.
And uh, after a little bit, you see Jarvis coming back. Just no, not coming back. Sorry, erase that. You see some of the other people on the crew, Ekrot and Ruth and other, or Vasco and etc., just walking around the ship at night, doing their duty and etc. But no one bothers you. No one is, um, people understand when you need some me time.
Yeah.
And we are going to close this scene to move you on a little bit more fast pace. Um, we are ending this week in Tasiki, and unless you guys want to do anything else, I'm going to start to describe what's going to happen before when you finally leave.
Um, we're leaving the city, right? The island.
You're leaving Tasiki, and you're leaving Aegeus behind. Yes.
Is the city like in the state to where us to leave? Like, does it look like, while we leave, like people are like picking themselves up though? Like it's not like the town is just destroyed completely or something.
No, 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 no. The town is getting back on her feet.
Okay.
I
This is
guess the only
probably
thing I'll
this is
oh you first, Jarvis.
probably pretty normal for the for the for people who live near the ocean, especially on Ocean Day, to have some level of rebuilding.
Okay. Well, I was just making sure that we're like, there's people like still like half buried under rubble. Well, gonna get on the boat. All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
It seems like their things are going well there.
I think the only thing he would do if we have a little time left would be did promise his daughter that he'd give her those lessons. He's actually going to he's gonna take some time to actually do the things that he promised to do with his kids.
Hmm.
Uh, Hopefully with no distractions. No more goddess coming out of the uh, angrily coming out of the ocean. No other adventures. Long as
Absolutely.
But
No, no, it's you promise her. You also Jarvis promised to give her a little bit of marksmanship lessons and etc. So you, in between your duties on board and things that you want to do and etc. or you need to do, um, yeah, you definitely spend some times with your daughter and your son. Um, your mom already became part of the crew. Everyone call her mom, and she's quite happy. And she is now in working with the hot pot for every meal and everything and etc. And everyone respect her like she is their own mom. um, because older lady on board, you need to you need to respect her. You guys assist the moment where one of the less, I would say, nicer people on board, Homer, the medic, even if it doesn't do much more those days, just say something, and another member of the crew just beat the shit out of him because he disrespected your mom, even if he just made one comment. So Alvida needs to step in on those things and etc. But everything seems going back to a normal kind of lifestyle.
Uh,
Speaking of Alvida,
I was gonna get to some of that, yeah.
the morning after this drunken state, um, at a certain point, you wake up because Alvida wake up and she, like looking around in a haze, her snake looking at you, hissing, etc. And she just put her hand on your thigh and just push herself up. What the fuck is going? Rock?
Yeah.
Why are you in my cabin?
I was gonna ask more like, why are half of me curled around? Never mind. I'll just move that
Oh,
real.
God.
Oh, just
And she just stand up,
untangle.
just
Yeah.
awkwardly, just
Well, like,
putting herself
cause
back
she.
together.
Okay, so I always assumed Alvida's snakes were longer. That like she had very long snakes. So
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
assumed that
Her snake
Rock
arrived close
is
to her, let's say, a little bit on top of her waist,
right,
you know?
right, right. So I assume she has her head like this.
Yeah,
They have snake-like behavior, and Rock is probably slightly warmer, and they have a blanket, but not enough blanket. So Rock is probably like half tangled in Alvida at this point, and it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah. Just they're all around you.
doing this. Oh, sorry. He's trying to like gently, like kind of like move.
Yeah, she just, like she just stand up and her snake are pulling back. It's like,
Sorry.
it's like,
By the way, as one of the snakes pulls away, one of my snakes does this thing like I'll see you later, like looks at him. It doesn't have 100% control yet.
and her snake, one of her
Yeah,
snake,
yeah.
so two or three of her snake look at each other, like look at your snake and etc. And it's like, yeah, and she just put herself back together. Like slap one of her snakes.
Yeah,
Uh,
very nice.
I guess it's like, are you okay? I think you should go.
Oh, yeah. I'll see myself out. It's just
Yeah.
that's greatness.
Uh,
That was party. Yep. All right. That was
yeah, there was a party. They were. Have a nice day.
Okay. As he like closes the doors, like he just remembered that like we're here for you. Close the door closely. Like really like oh not like slams it, but it's just like just know that we're all here for you. And then he like closes the door like shyly and like leaves.
You don't see it, of course, because you just closed the door.
Yeah.
But you feel the creaking sound of wood of someone just, you know, putting their weight against the door. Uh, and that's it. How are you stay there or you going?
Um for comical effect, I'll say that Rock like waits on the other side of the door trying to recompose himself because he's gonna have to walk out onto the deck after leaving Alvida's cabin. So he's just like kind of probably like leaned against the wall, like, all right, gotta put on their face, put it on the face of a crewman.
Okay, can I have a perception roll from you?
Fair, okay. This is one of his good traits, so he'll probably we'll see.
You have a
If
terrible headache right now, just so you know.
oh okay, gotcha. Well, I don't know why. Give me 1 second to get my sheet up. For some reason, it got closed. Okay. Perception. Do I get my bonus for perception.
No, not this time. Sorry.
So just this is survival's instinct, man. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so we'll put it back. So perception is 2 dice plus his roll. His cunning. Cunning, 4 dice, 6 dice. 6 dice. That's pretty good. I don't even want to know what the difficulty value is, but I'll go with 6 dice. All right. Okay. So 5 out of 4, no sixes, so 9 plus his cunning, 10, 11. Probably not the perception he needs, which is fine. You know?
11.
Yeah.
You don't know. But you're there, just, recomposing
Yeah,
yourself and
recomposing
etc.
himself to get ready to walk across the deck and hopefully not get about 50 jokes as he leaves the captain's cabin.
Yeah. And you heard movement inside the cabin,
Oh.
and like someone walking in circle, like up and down into the room and etc. And throwing things around. And you heard Captain talking to herself. Are you staying and listening, or you are leaving?
Nope. Rock is not the kind of person that, especially if it's the captain, would put his ear to the wall. So he is gonna just calm. If whatever this conversation is, she's having it with herself, and he's gonna let that happen. So he's just gonna continue to walk across the deck, to where his cabin is to get his stuff.
Okay.
Probably stumbling towards where his room is.
Yeah, you don't have a room because everyone has their just the space, but you stumble. Yeah. And um yeah, you heard some muffled sounds, the voice of
She's
Elvida
probably
just
just getting ready, questioning her existence for drinking that much. He doesn't really know what she's thinking at the moment, so he's not going to press his luck either.
and great. So what happened there is that you guys are, as I said, are going to leave this
Yep.
these things behind. You're going to leave Aegeus behind and finally get to um, Akiptos. We'll see. On the day of your departure, Luth, one of the girl on board, just ran back down from um, the harbor and she's holding a piece of paper. And I would say, Miguel, you're the first one to meet her, and you just hear like, "Captain, Captain," and she just show a, a wanted poster.
Gonna kind of glance over, see if I can get a good look at the one, like a quick glance at the wanted poster.
The wanted poster. There is a drawing of Lida, and there is a bounty of 10,000 silver on her, put down by the Fatwa Concord of Ingetir. So you presume this bounty was put there by Senator Julian Graves.
Oh,
So this is a very good reason to leave.
I'll,
I'm gonna kind of
oh, okay, I'll wait. Yeah.
I'm gonna glance over to like since we haven't quite left yet, I'm gonna look at like the city and the docks. Is anyone like we've been here for a while, I'm not quite sure if anyone's seen us. Is there any weird looks going towards our ship at all?
Um, you can go insight, investigation, or perception as your choice.
Okay. What was you said perception, what's the other one?
investigation or insight.
Insight. Okay. I'll try insight.
Mhm.
16. No, that's not wrong. That's wrong. Not 16. 12. Sorry.
Okay, I was like, what?
Nope,
Okay,
nope. That was 12.
at 12. Okay, so there are some looks, not many. You meet a certain point, a certain moment, you see another sailor on board of another ship close by, right in front of you guys. That is staring at what's happening, probably knowing what's happening, and you realize that some people know. Definitely, some people already know, but no one is taking action right now. Um, and you know why? Because I told you guys, and because it's quite everyone's knowledge about it. You're in Aegeus, so no wanted poster issue by another country is valid here. There is no extradition, and there is no this is a safe port. This is a safe harbor. This is also one of the reasons why pirates come here often. And of course, why no one actually attacks Aegeus. But people knows.
That's not
Uh,
good.
the captain, you know, will come and should just look over your shoulder at the wanted poster. And she goes, at least they did kind of justice with my painting. Only 10,000? I hope I was worth it a little bit more.
I mean, just because it's funny, he'll probably goes, "No, they didn't get the thing where your hair goes a little bit to the." He's like looking over it. He goes, "They did a pretty good job, though. They didn't really capture the you of the photo, you know."
Elvira just don't comment. Is like, mhm. And
Don't worry, Captain. By the end of all this, they'll add a few more zeros on that.
yeah, probably you're right. But it's going to be interesting. Carla, she just um, and you see them discussing about why these things is happening, and Carla said, yeah, probably because after I told him, then we were not, in cahoot, and you guys went to Fradicare, like we agree upon. He probably issued some I wanted requests in order to bring you to him. At the end of the day, you are still looking for something that he wants. So honestly, I'm not surprised. I don't even understand why this didn't happen sooner. Mm, Captain just okay. So I'm officially a wanted woman again. Great. Uh,
You,
Again.
he says wanted woman. Rock's just been in a weird mood, so he just smiles. I mean, that's fair.
uh, yeah, again. The first time was from the Stormcaller from Hugre. That was long time ago, and we I think they didn't issue any wanted poster for me.
Mm.
Um, especially because in Ugre we try to keep things into our borders. We don't like to go out.
Okay.
She,
Above the table a bit. Uh, is Captain Elvita actually more socially awkward than Rock? Because I'm starting to get the vibe that she's actually even more, in some ways, introverted when it comes to talking to people. Because like Rock will like drop hints when he goes, "Oh, she's a wanted woman," and then he'll make like this like kind of like a gag face, and then she'll like retreat a bit. So
yeah,
just I'm just
it
curious
is.
if it seems to Rock that she is even more
Yeah, you know what?
introverted in in
You
certain
know what?
social situations.
Roll me an insight check.
Okay. Because maybe it's because
Difficulty,
yeah, go ahead.
difficulty. Um, I give you three options.
Okay.
Give difficulty 12 will give you some information. 15 will give you some more. Everything above 18, or a crit will give you the full picture.
Okay. I will be crazy and go for whatever the highest roll is. So I need, was it 18 or higher? Or is
You know,
it
and you tell me what you getting. Okay, so you
okay.
know the 12 is a success.
Okay.
15 is a little bit more. 18 is the full things.
Let me just check something on Insight before I roll this.
Yeah, fair enough.
I won't be weird and use my snakes to give me a bonus somehow, uh, because that just seems wrong in this situation. No, 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 no. Okay, so I'm just making sure there isn't an insight bonus I'm getting just because uh, this doesn't seem like that kind of situation. All right, so we're gonna go back to here. I gotta take the zoom off. I'm at 100%, so there we go. All right, so we got insight of 3, cunning of 4, so 7 dice.
7 dice. You keep three. You explode two sixes.
Okay, let's see. I rolled a 6 and a 5 already, so that's 11. So 11, and I'm going to roll the 6 for the explosion. That's a 4, 15, plus I have a bonus for cunning. So 15 plus 2, 16, 17.
17, almost 18. So you get a very good, you figured out something. No,
Okay,
you don't have the full picture, but you figured out something.
sure.
Um, so, yes, you think about the past and what's happened and etc. When she's giving order to you guys, she's always, straightforward, direct, and etc. When she is helping you on doing things, she is always there. It's like, don't worry, rely on me, I'm here for you, and etc. When it's about her, she's a little bit uptight.
Okay. So this is like reverse Rock syndrome. Rock had the thing where he when he was doing a thing was good. When he was doing his part, fine. Same thing. Except that he did withdrawal rather than okay, understood. All right, he just takes that knowledge and tucks it in a little box and holds on to it for later.
Yeah,
Continue.
yeah, yeah. And good. So with this new knowledge, with the fact that you are, and the fact that you guys know that now leaving the seeking, leaving a Zeus, means that someone can try to follow you, and someone can eventually try to hunt you down for that wanted poster, for that prize. Because even if it's not a lot, 10,000 silver is quite a big sum of money. So whoever put this up, if he's actually, Senator Julian Graves, they want her badly. However, you are start to prepping yourself and leaving the city behind. And finally, the ship slips into the Fithale Ocean like a thaw, meeting no resistance. You are working, pulling every rope, making sure the sail are filled with the wind, and etc. And in few hours, the coast withdraw without ceremony. And the hills and the edge of the Siki and Aegeus are thinning into lines, then memories. There's nothing more than your goal right now. And I would say we are going through the first bit of this journey. And the first few days will pass without any incident. You, from Fithel Ocean, you go down, you circumnavigate around Aegeus. You are seeing the coast on the left side of the ship. You see the hedge of Kairos, another big city in Aegeus, gleaming into the night when you pass close to the area. And you get into the riding wave ocean, a little bit more, an ocean that get this name because it's a little bit more turbulent and there is usually a lot of storms and etc. But you are in a nice spot right now, weather speaking, because after Ocean Day, the ocean is calm and everything is like gentle, almost accommodating. The sails breathe with a steady wind, strong enough to push you, but not too strong, not too fast. And life on board will settle back into its rituals. Rope are mended by hands that almost like remind how to do things like, muscle memory, all their motions, and etc. Your skin will be slowly cracked by salt. You share simple meals eaten with sometimes your eyes fixed on the horizon with your goal in mind. People sometimes songs or ask you, Miguel, to play for them just to ease the work. Sometimes in the middle of the night, you can see people just looking up, counting the stars. Times neither hasten nor lingers. He is almost like stretching a little bit during this week. A moment of relaxation, something that you guys all needed. During the nights, the sky is clear and it's mirror itself almost perfectly upon the water. Above and below, there is no difference. Only stars, silence, and this amazing view around you. This is what's going to happen. But I would like to know what you guys doing during this first week.
Do you want me to go first? I'll just ask around. All right.
Yeah. First.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So I have kind of an idea of how he's splitting up his week. So, one, obviously, regular crew duty that he needs to do, right? And then he was interested in doing sailor stuff. He has pretty good navigation skills. So, like, for instance, if the captain needs to sleep, he can obviously help pilot the boat with the navigator or, as an assistant or as the actual navigator. And lastly, he starts doing weird stuff because Rock has become more jovial, as people haven't guessed. And so one of the things that he's been doing is he's working on building and fixing things, but it's peculiar to watch him because he's also practicing to use his snakes. So you'll see a moment where he'll put a tool chest out, he'll look at like something he needs to fix, and he'll start getting a wrench like passed through his hair, and he'll be like, just like pass, Great. Okay. Move. Yep. And he's just sort of like using them to manipulate the field as he like works.
Hmm.
And one of them will like look down, like it's tinkering with it, and it's just like, all right, all right, all right. It just starts adjusting it again.
Yeah, your snake are very different from Alvida snakes because Alvida snakes are pretty much an extension of her, so they do what she wants them to do. While yours, they are full characters. They are,
Right.
now they're alive and they have names and etc. And
Right.
they
So like
speak with
occasionally,
you.
like I said, he's practicing using them as like as a team. And so like that's is a team building exercise. He's working on a thing and he's like passing objects and they're working on the thing and then occasionally he prods like the sleepier one and go, no, no, come on. It's a group effort. It's like working on the thing.
Okay. Um, all good. Any interaction with NPC that I should be aware of?
As far as NPCs, he'll like interact with people, but I don't know if it's gonna be um I'm not going to say not meaningful because he'll have conversations, but it's like I feel like they'd be distracted in conversation with him because he would talk to them and he would be like a guy running a work crew at the same time, right? Like it's like okay, he's talking to me, yeah, but his attention is like like a construction leader, like okay, no, 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 put that down, pick that up. All right, move that over. And it'll still have the conversation with you because that's also part of it. Like he's also training to do it at the same time. But he just sort of he'll talk to like whoever's willing to talk to him while he's working. And as far as Alvida goes, he's noticing that she still wants to keep distance, so he's not going to keep like pushing at her because I feel like that would get annoying too. But if
Mhm.
she decides to talk to him about anything, he will be open to that.
I mean, except for duties on boards and etc. You don't see Alvida talking with a lot of people, but there is going to be a moment where she's going to call um, some people in her cabin. I don't going to tell you who right now, but not you. Sometimes Carla, um, sometimes like of course Kuhan goes into her cabin, they discuss and etc. But that's quite standard, quite normal.
I feel like he's all business though. It's not like Rock would be like, "Oh, well, Kuhan's hanging out with her all the time." It's like he's the stiffest dude that you ever met.
Yes, exactly. He is the stiffest, most duty-oriented dude on board, and he is a soldier. He's like, I do this and etc. Extremely loyal, extremely caring, but
A devotee. Like I mean, Rock is a devotee in his own way, but not like that. Like that's a different thing.
so moving on from you,
Sure.
Jarvis.
Hello.
Yeah.
Um, Jarvis is going to. Sorry, I'm trying to rip my son's cheek, so I hope you don't can't hear that.
No,
Um,
that's okay. Don't worry.
yeah,
Do you want
yeah.
me to
Actually, you
go with
mind, Adrian? You mind
Miguel?
going first? Yeah, he's
Miguel, we are doing you first, so David can arrange things on his side, and we are going back to Jarvis a little bit later.
Oh,
So please,
sorry. Yeah.
no, no, go for it.
All right. What I'm gonna be doing, well, other than his normal duties, uh, he's gonna be doing a couple of different things. He is actually pretty interested in the stories and just things, world history that kind of surrounding the world. So he's actually gonna ask a bunch of the crew members, just about their lives, how things that they know about like different places,
Hmm,
stories along those lines. The other,
okay. I
uh,
how deep you want to get into that? in character, etc., because I can give you some information.
It depends. How open do people feel like on when he talks to them?
Listen, Miguel is now pretty much a part of the crew, and the fact that you have your mom on board and your, um, it's just she's there, your childrens are there, and etc. Your family. So there is not much that people will not tell you. There is some gossips on board sometimes. Um, so, for example, there is people that talk about Grimwald. Grimwald is one of the people that usually work on the sales and etc. And they say that he was a druid from Ingetir, but he left because he did, something shady happened with his druid circle, and they talk it out was like he was a cult member. Um, but druidic stuff is quite normal in Ingetir. Um, you know everything about Geraldine, and how she is from Fradicare, that everyone pretty much know that she's a ghoul, and she eats people. And the fact that some people, when she left the sea, see her coming on board with something like 3 rugs or big piece of something that was not completely identified. Um, so it's like just storage food. Let's call it like that.
Does everyone need snacks? Just not
Yeah.
gonna question it.
Also, 3 weeks of traveling at least, probably a month. You know, neat stuff. Ekrot is, you guys know him, is the big crocodile guy and etc. It's that he's is the most simple dude ever. It's like, I'm big, I'm strong, I do my job. That's pretty much his life. He comes from Saria, like you, um, and he is, according to some of the things that you understood, he was in the military, and uh, part of the military, um, they have like structure with names and etc. And there's an entire section of the army called the conquistadores, um, that are usually the one that goes to war against other countries, and Ikrot was a member of that, but he left that life behind. Gdansk is this two-school dude, pointy ear, tusk coming out from his underlips, a mohawk, and he's this kind of funny dude that thinks that it's not good looking. It doesn't have luck with girls, when some of because you see that some of the women on board actually are loving him. And he's actually quite good looking guy. There is Lat, this tortoise man, that he also from Saria as well, and he was a member of the Ninth of Milas, is an order of monks that fight for the goddess Milas, and they are usually pacifist. And it's a weird kind of, think about Shaolin kind of guys, and he's kind of that kind of person, very calm, almost centered, usually trying to be the wise guy on board, and with this heavy, scaly skin, and this tortoise face. um, those are some of the member. There is Luth that I mentioned most of the time. She's like a Nansax, like hot pot. This pointy ear, long hair, very bright face. She's the one that bringed the wanted poster. Um, always cheerful, always helpful, and she is, according to everyone, Geraldine best friend. She spent a lot of time with her. And you guys know that Geraldine loved small things. So, um, and there is Vasco that I mentioned a few times. Vasco is from Obolawa, like Carla. So you heard them speaking in Obolawa sometimes. And Vasco is this Sifiote guy with long tentacles on his face, and this very dark red skin, and he is a small frame. It's what you guys know as a vampirots. That is not a vampire, but is a vampire squid. They have that name because of this kind of membrane and man on their shoulder and under her arms that look like a vampire kind of cloth. And also they are red or dark burgundy. And she that the rumors about him between the crew, and he confirmed that, is from the Almaty family. The Almaty family are very, very influential in Obolawa. It's like the Voraci. So this is the reason why you see Carla and him talking sometimes. And he's is a person that lost his status, and he is now a part of the crew. And you started to see kind of a pattern there. A lot of the member of this crew are people that lost something, are people that have left something behind that they needed to make a new life. And they have rebuilded themselves thanks to Alvida. Almost like she's going around collecting them. And the last but not less important, and sorry for the long introduction here,
No.
it's Kuhan. And I already told you guys about this, but just to repeating and make sure that the information are there. Kuhan is from Rekisi, so it's from down below. And Kuan is, according to some people, a wanted man. A wanted man from a country that no one knows nothing about, because Rekisi is very secluded. No one dare to even think about going there. Especially because you cannot breathe, but that's another story. But the fact is, Kwan doesn't like to talk about his past, and is the fact that he has this trustworthy rifle always with him, and etc., give you an idea of probably the kind of things he was involved with, and his icy, stoic demeanor give you that vibe of he's a hitman. He is the kind of person that you give him a job, you need to go and kill someone, and he will do it. No question asked. The most outlandish theory about him is the fact that he killed a royalty. So now I'm asking Miguel, what are you going to do with all those information?
Oh, uh, I think he just might make try to become better friends with everybody on the crew, honestly.
Hmm.
Uh,
Sounds good for me.
actually try to be a wingman for the guy who says he's ugly. You actually might spend a little extra time with him because he
Gdansk.
the,
Uh,
yeah,
yeah,
he actually might try to tell try to convince him no you're how he that he actually looks pretty nice and or he's try to give him some self-confidence or just be a good friend.
that sounds good. And before we go to Jarvis, Rock, I mentioned you that the fact that someone was going to be called unexpectedly by the captain in her cabin, and
Correct.
this person is Miguel.
Hmm.
So I want to you let me know what you think about it before I move with
I
Miguel to this little scene.
I don't think I would be like, what's all this then? That's just not his. He trusts the captain. It's not like he's gonna think that she's doing something weird or something. So he'll just, I'll see. Well, I'll basically see what Miguel passed me by or
Mhm.
whatever. Okay, so Miguel gets called to the cabin. Rock will simply look up from what he's working on and bid him a good afternoon or whatever as he goes to the captain. He's not going to stop him from proceeding to where he's supposed to go.
No, of course, of course.
Miguel gives a wave, a nod at the head.
It looks like he was working on other stuff around the boat, like tinkering with it, but now you see he's went up to like the wheel and like he hasn't like taking it off because that would be dumb. But he's like adjusting it and trying to fix it and you know like do actual work on it because I'm sure that hasn't been done in a while.
Okay, so Miguel, you are being called into the captain's cabin. She's sitting down on her chair in front of her desk, and she is looking at you seriously. Wear long coat on, completely dress up as usual, and etc. She has a little glass of something close to her. She probably have been drinking because she's had that little rosy mm, puff cheeks on her face, and she is looking at you and said, Miguel, sorry for bothering. I
Oh,
need to ask you something.
of course, Captain. Is everything okay? He sits down or
Um,
stands up, whichever's.
kinda. I'm not sure. I'm. Listen, please, close the door. Sit down with me, okay?
He closes the door and he finds a seat. He's gonna kind of open up for listening. He allows her to talk.
Listen, what I'm going to ask you is weird. So if you don't feel comfortable about it, just forget it, okay?
I am here to help. You've helped me beyond measures. If I could do anything to help you out, I'm here for you.
Um, your wife. She's trying to be very cautious with her word.
He
Okay.
kind of gets a little serious when he hears about wife, the word wife. It is just
Yeah. I I understand that she left you and we figured out something about it and etc. And I'm so sorry for what you've been through. And uh, I understand. I want to understand something because you're the only one married man that I know on board. And I don't know who else to ask. Was it worth it? Even though now that you know that there is a chance you're not gonna see her ever again.
he caught off guard by the question a little bit, but is like, I'd do it again. 100% it was worth it. Every even he starts talking. He's like, I she's the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I have two wonderful children. Even though she's has lied to me, and she has in fact there's some secrets, but yeah, like even still, I don't even not even a question. Why do you ask?
Uh,
What spurred this question on?
yeah, she just look away when you ask why. um, she just massage your neck. She just don't answer, but ask you on other things.
He's starting to put two and two together, but he'll listen.
You know, I think she left you behind a list, like you said, two beautiful children. And I think you are you can carry on because they are there, right? Even if you don't ever gonna see her again, at least you have proof.
And don't need proof, even if I didn't have them. The time that I spent, the wonderful memories, they're still there. They're still with me. I mean, that's part of the reason why I'm trying to save her, even if I know there's a chance that I might fail. You don't need proof to do something for somebody you love. You do it because you want to, but you do it because you love them. No more reason than that, honestly. It's pretty simple. At least I feel it's simple to me. Love is a complicated but simple feeling.
Yeah, I have duties. Okay, this is family. You are family. Those are family. I need to take care of them. I cannot do. I know cannot favor someone, even if I feel like want to. And I'm going to make. I'm going to break their heart, and I don't think they deserve it.
I put my hand on her shoulder. Is like you you don't know until you try. Even if the things hurt, you the even you really don't know until you give it a shot. He gives her a knowing look of like it's okay to feel nervous, and but and it's a you have a duty to the ship, you have a duty to the crew, but you also have a duty to yourself. Do a duty to what what will make you I understand you have a lot of duties to everything, but at the end of the day, will this make you happy? And isn't that happy worth it? Even if it may even if you don't even you don't know if it's going to lead to something bad. It could lead to something wonderful or something good.
Ye- I'm sorry.
You don't have to say sorry. It's you are fine. I
The thing,
a long
Miguel,
time
I
ago,
know.
I believe it or not, I used to be anxious about asking people about uh about love. It when I was younger. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, no, no. It's okay, Miguel. It's okay. I need where I understand what you're trying to say. It's like I know something bad will happen. It's not because of him, them. I'm not sure. Um, but I know that something will happen, and I know they will suffer for it. And I don't know, because I care. I don't know if I want to put him through it. just for a moment of happiness.
I mean, how do you think I mean, you don't really know how he'll feel. Maybe, do you think let's say you don't do it. Do you think maybe, how do you know, maybe he has feelings for you and maybe whatever happens, happens. How do you know that that also won't lead to a bad outcome or what could have been? Am I making any sense? I feel like I'm not making. I should be a little bit more clearer. Let me be a little bit more clearer. You don't, at the end of the day, you don't know. And I'm a uh, risk big, win big. But uh, sorry, my cat's it's attacking my foot. Just move him out of that. Sorry,
Right now,
trying to
this
be
is
in
the right
character.
moment. Go, cat, go.
Sorry.
Um, yeah. Uh, Captain, you see her struggle right now. It's like she's not telling you everything,
She doesn't need to.
but there is something bothering her in her mind, and she's definitely struggling with something right there.
Yeah,
Um, it's clear even without insight check or anything else. Um, she thanks you,
mhm.
and I need to do some thinking about. I Thanks, Miguel. I really appreciate why you this conversation. Can we keep it between
Oh,
us?
it didn't. It just between us. Not just between captain and crew, just between people, between friends.
You just gently squeeze your hand. She nods. All their snakes nods,
But
and yeah,
just know, if you do decide to, it has to come from you. But if you do decide that you're gonna go for it, I'll more than happy to help you out, make the perfect if it does go right, I'll help you make it smoother or perfect atmosphere.
she just blushes like, okay, I'm oh okay. And she just turned her head and just start to write on things and check on her captain log and etc. Try to avoid your your face.
He gives a wave. Anyways, I bid you adieu, my lovely captain. I will see you later, and good luck.
Thank you, and you close the door and etc. And yeah, and we move to Jarvis and his week.
Hmm. Um, Jarvis is actually going to kind of post up at the stern of the boat, which is the back of the boat, if I
Yeah,
remember correctly. And
now
he,
is the front, the stern is the back.
yes, that's what I kind of remembered. Um, so he is gonna he's gonna post up there, and he is pretty much at all times keeping an eye out behind them, just to make sure that there's nothing following. And he's finding ways to do like odd jobs back there, things that need to be done, um, helping out other places if he's needed, but mostly just there. And he is going to uh, he's going to be working with Miguel's kids at times throughout the day. And he is basically going to tell them, all right, children, I know that you, little man, are more into books, and you, little lady, are more um, into more hand-to-hand type abilities. But I am going to ask that you both learn a little of both. So we're going to take some time to learn to throw knives and defend ourselves with daggers. We'll take some time to shoot, but we'll also take some time to read learn some cult concepts, and even get into a little bit of magic, so that the two of you can be a little more well-rounded in taking care of yourselves and have other skills that you may be able to tap into in a moment,
Hmm.
in a moment of need. So he'll take the time to work with each of them, seeing their strong points, helping them with their weaker points, um, and and then spending a little bit of time here and a little bit of time there, doing those things in between the stuff that he's got to do, and then passing them off to their grandmother or to Miguel as the day kind of goes. Um, he's also going to kind of uh, continue to dig into learning the new spells as well. But he's also
Mhm.
going to kind of focus on some occult knowledge, anything that he can find out, read about Ocean or the events that led up um, to their imprisonment and even before, because he wants to try to figure out what that truth is, what that thing that was revealed to him on Ocean Day, that the what they're sad about, really, what their rage is about. And he
Okay.
doesn't think that he's going to find it, but he's just looking for some little kernel that might send him into the right direction the next time he can be in a library to study.
Fair enough.
So he's going to spend some time doing that. Um, and then also even talking to Carla throughout the day, um,
Mhm.
and because she is also a magic user, um, and um, and even though he's not technically a witch of Boloa, he's kind of a witch of Ocean in a sense. There's this weird, he's in this weird gray area of magic right now.
Yeah, fair enough.
So,
So I will tell you a few things about your interactions and what you do. Uh, Miguel, children are very smart,
hmm,
and also you notice few little things that are different. You think by the what Miguel told you about their mother and etc. She did already install some training in them through playful things. But you
hmm,
noticed how they are always checking their exit strategy, how they always look at where is what is the best way to use a weapon or not, and almost like a second nature.
hmm,
Both of them. She is more mm, I would say, skillful on that side. Well, he is more when you start to talk about magic, he is more inclined towards that. But they both have the same upbringing, so you feel like if those people are trained well, they will be war machine by the time they reach your age.
hmm, hmm. Yeah, so he's a little bit more, he's a little bit more book smart, but has some of those other skills. And she is more cunning and agile, um, but can still read and um, they have clearly learned some things from a very talented person. Um, so yeah, so and and as I'm teaching them, I feel like Jarvis feels like he's learning, like he's seeing how they're kind of looking around and keeping their eyes and keeping their perception open, and hearing and seeing what he's doing, but also hearing and seeing what's going on around them and having very good situational awareness. And so he is kind of learning from that in a sense, and also kind of pressing that on them a little bit, like making sure, okay, how perceptive are you? How how quickly are you going to pick up on this game or that game? And so he's kind of like learning some of those things from them, and kind of makes it kind of an enjoyable thing, and maybe even like ropes other um, mates into it as well, and or like kind of uses other mates as like marks and things like that. So kind of just making it kind of fun for everybody in the area.
Perfect. So, and that's more your interaction with Miguel's children. And how about your studying on the occult and the legends about Oshun's that are anyway related to religion stuff? You know there is one person on board that can help you. That usually is, down into the cargo hold. But
Hmm.
if there is anything about, weird occult stuff and secrets, that's your gal.
Hmm.
Um, you are going to, let's say, bother her or not?
Um, yeah, I mean, if I have a pretty good sense, all right, we're at a point, I'm at a point where I could, I feel pretty confident there's nothing out behind us. I can take, an hour to go downstairs and visit with Geraldine. And it would be nice to just get, have a change of scenery as well. So maybe, once a day, go down and sit with her, and, set it up with her first, but make sure to go down and spend some time with her down there, or even at night when it's not, when she might be more comfortable out on the deck, invite her to come and hang out with him out on the deck, when the sun is down.
That's probably what's gonna feel a little bit more natural during the evening when, the sound goes down, etc. By the way, she's not like a vampire, but
No, no, I
you
get
know
that.
that she likes her, darkness and etc.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm. Yeah, she
so
can be out in the sunlight if she needs to, but she's more comfortable probably not.
no, exactly. And you feel like more of it is because, and you learn it over the time, not because she's afraid to be on the sun, but because in the sun, everyone can see her and what she is. And
Hmm.
she is not happy about it. She's a bit, you know, um, she doesn't want to scare unless it's necessary.
Hmm.
So during the evening, um, she comes up, towering over you from her 7-11 feet tall high, just this probably she's so thin and long that she probably weighed uh 50 kilograms wet or something like that,
Hmm.
um and she just almost crawl up around your position and just share a nice talk with you, our usual kind of soft voice coming out, and she tell you what she knows about
Hmm.
Oshun and a legend and etc. And the part where she fought against Jolly Roger crew, everyone knows about it.
Hmm.
What a lot of people doesn't know, and she was a part of the crew.
Hmm.
And as it's, already like mind blowing for you for a moment, how a goddess can be a part of a pirate crew.
Hmm.
So, according to the legend, not her, but her avatar
Hmm.
is being known as the Alabaster Blade, was part of the crew, known with a
Yeah, that,
different
yeah, that's what we've heard. That's a name we've heard before.
yeah. The
Hmm.
Alabaster Blade is known as the avatar of Oshun and the one that, they fought, and the one that was defeated, and as her mortal form, they chained her down. The thing is, she was known with a different name, and she was part of the crew. The reason is not known. Why a goddess of chaos decided to join a pirate crew.
Hmm.
But some of you, this is Geraldine speaking, and she said, I think she was lured in by the chaos that Jolly Roger was bringing to the archipelago. Witnesses firsthand how a single man was able to change the face of our world.
Um, so she was sailing with them to enjoy their chaos.
I think so. Maybe there was more than that, but I cannot say.
Um,
There's no
was there
record.
was there something more that Roger was doing? Was he looking for something, or was it just about chaos?
That's the funny bits about it. Everything is not related to the three goddesses, but everything is related to Talor. And
Sorry,
you know
related to what one?
Talor, and
Uh,
you know exactly who and what Talor is. Talor is fate incarnate. Talor is considered the fourth, by some, is considered the fourth god, the unspoken one. Talor is considered death itself, not as the Grim Reaper, but as the end of things. Like the
mm,
fate will lead you to him, to the end, to the Omega.
mm,
And for some people, Talor is a fat one, a very powerful one, but he's not a god. For some, especially pirates, because it was so related to Jolly Roger, they revere him as a god.
mm,
And when Jolly Roger came out into the world, all of a sudden, this powerful figures is this man that it was no one, that no one knows his name, no one knows where he came from, and he has a moniker of Jolly Roger. And at the end of his career, let's call it like that, Tyler came up, swoop him, and take him away forever. So
mm.
there is something there with this powerful entity that no one knows nothing about. And
Yeah, how are these two gods so drawn to and related to this quote unquote man, Roger, who is in and of himself raised to almost a demigod like status uh,
yeah,
among the pirates. Um, is he almost like a fifth god in a sense? Is that what Ocean was attracted to? And Roger was the one who Roger and his people are the one who uh, slayed the Avatar or imprisoned the Avatar.
that's the story that no one exactly know what's happened there. They fought against it. That's what
Hmm.
everyone knows, and they won. But what's happened to the Avatar itself
It
is never.
almost because the vision, and I haven't gone back to listen to it, but at least as far as I remember, the vision that Jarvis received was that Ocean was upset about something that they lost, as if they lost a child, but maybe they've lost this avatar. Maybe they've lost connection with their avatar, and I'm trying to piece it together without you know fully understanding what I'm trying to piece together. Um,
Yeah, that's the thing. You have a piece of a bigger puzzle
mhm,
that Jarvis understand is not complete. He
yeah,
is there is a lot of missing pieces, and not there are no small pieces. They're big
Yeah,
chunks are
yeah,
completely empty.
yeah.
And speaking with
So,
Geraldine, I
mhm.
will say, give me an investigation roll. I consider this as you doing research with her.
Investigation is okay, good. I'm not too bad at investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Give me one moment.
Because sometimes you as a player you have questions about maybe your character as some other. So I consider this like you're chatting with her during the evenings. You came out with
Hmm.
information like, oh, what about this, what about that? And of course she doesn't have all the answer. I do.
Hmm. Yeah,
But
yeah.
she will give you her perception or ideas on things.
Hmm. All right, so I'm rolling 6, and then I'm going to add 3 for my cunning. I don't think I get any other additions to investigation. Um, so come on. All right, so my top two is a 6 and a 4.
We already have 10
That's
plus
a
your
5. That's
cunning is a
15, 18.
very good, very good. An 18, very good. Is now a crit, but is a success. And yeah, I will say you this. Um, sorry. Oh, I got distracted by the chat, guys. Sorry, I was like, what is
Oh,
going on there? So going back to you, Jarvis. Um, so you saw Ocean upset and etc. You saw Ocean like she lost something, someone, and you figure, yeah, maybe it was the Avatar. Maybe they killed the Avatar. Maybe that's what she is upset for. At the same time, there is another information that uh, she gives you and put another gods in the mix. Milas,
hmm,
goddess of creation and peace and love and etc. They gifted something to Jolly Roger after that fight.
hmm,
And they went away for an entire year after that fight. And they disappear. No one knows where they went. And but everyone knew, according to some of the most hidden records, that Milas came and descended to shows itself into the world after the fight.
hmm,
And when they came back a year from that day, and they built that temple that is in Fiddle's Green's Beach in Aegeus, and there is a black bell there, and the temple got completely submerged by the water all here except at the verge of Ocean Day. And they rang that bell, and Ocean is free again.
hmm,
Almost this is ritualistic. This is necessary. This is like, Gogger, you got your entire day. Go and be rageful. You deserve it. So there is a mixed you got this mixed feelings of they fought her, but they revere her. They made a deal with her, but at the same time they won. It's like there is a like I said, there are some missing bits, and the other gods were involved, and that they are creating a bigger picture than you expected.
Hmm. Yeah. So now Roger has three gods tied to him, and I wouldn't be surprised if the fourth one showed up in there somewhere as well. Um, because we have chaos, we have creation, we have destiny, and then the last one would be balance.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, just from all of those things coming together, you have a, a bit of balance anyway. So,
So you
hmm,
started to ponder, because everything is already in balance,
hmm,
if Caliber wasn't there from the beginning.
hmm, setting all this stuff into motion, trying to get Ocean to to be controlled, trying to get um uh the other one, Creation Goddess, to have some reverence of the chaos, um, and then letting uh, uh,
Destiny.
Destiny have their final piece of the entire puzzle in taking him. Yeah, this is a very interesting mystery. And as he's, as she's talking to him and as he's pondering all this stuff, um, he, after they had gone to visit the druid, he'd gone into the water and had picked up some stones before going back to the boat before Ocean Day happened.
Yeah.
Um, he is going to have borrowed some tools from somebody. He's going to be sitting and working on some stones throughout the week as he listens to her and asks questions and tries to deduce what it is that's happening, and maybe to have the same conversation a few times just to kind of like let their brains go down different pathways. And so
Yeah.
he's going to sit and carve uh, um, uh, a little stone for um, for Geraldine, and he might have to do it a few times to get it right. But he's going to carve the stone to look like the skull that is on his ring. So if you want, I can make a crafting roll.
Yeah,
Or
give me a crafting roll. It's not
sorry,
going
say it
to
again.
be super difficult, even if you got a rough one. But you to get it right, the crafting roll will give you an idea of how long it's going to take you during this week. You need to have one say, okay, this is good enough. I'm gonna give it to
Sure,
her. What I was
sure.
going to tell you is also Geraldine is over the moon. Just sitting down with you and having a nice conversation about things and etc. It's her it's the things she likes to do.
Hmm.
She is okay. She's a goal. She eats people and etc. But Geraldine is also a big nerdy girl. She's like she
Hmm.
likes a whole of what happened to her life is because of she is so curious. She
Hmm.
loves to dig out things,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
now she is the literal embodiment of taking things out of the grave.
Hmm. Hmm.
So she is super happy about it, and you see probably her softer side, because she is always like smiling and happy and sharing information with you and etc. Like a person that just talking about her favorite things.
Hmm. And I'm sure we end up talking about other things as well. We're not just focused on just this, talking about the magic I'm learning, talking about where I'm from, talking about where she's from, just recounting silly little stories, fun things like, oh hey, that kind of reminds me of this. And so kind of and again, Jarvis knows that she likes little things, so sometimes it's those little stories that make you make you laugh or inspire you or give you something more. And so he's making sure to give her back the things that she enjoys as she's giving him this information that is helping him to understand but is basically becoming his new faith, his new religion, or
Yeah.
his more primary religion beyond the study of the bear. And so I ended up rolling a 1 and a 6, and I do have a dot in crafting, so the 6 explodes.
Yeah.
So and then I rolled another 2, so plus 1, so that's a 10.
Okay, it's not, the most well-crafted skull ever. Uh,
Hmm.
even if it looks like a Jolly Roger at the end of it, except for the bones on the side and a
Hmm.
little bit more stylistic, it look like a skull. And she will take it and, like it's a precious object. She will thank you a lot. And you also find out a couple of things about her because your guys are talking and you're talking with her about her and she come from
Hmm.
and etc. As I mentioned before, she's a member of the Moline family,
Hmm.
people that usually are in court, and she was always the black sheep of the family, too tall, not very pretty, um, always her nose stuck in the books. And so at a certain point, she changed her name, at least her surname, and she went to another town to study. So, to stay away from family, to stay away from judgment and peer pressure and social pressure. And she started to study into the occult, and she found out about fatwa that barely anyone knows. Tulvatra, the spine of memories, the keeper of bones. And she got fascinated about it. She got, all this information about this entity that is considered a dark entity, but technically speaking, the only thing this entity does is to collect information and use bones as almost like scroll of living things, inscribing everything into those bones and into the memory of things and etc. And she studied it and she tried to get more information. She ended up meeting her and dying because Tulvadra doesn't deal with living things. And
Wait, sorry, I missed that last little bit. She he ends
dying.
up, huh? Because he doesn't deal with living things. Okay.
Yeah, Tulvadra doesn't deal with deal with living things, and
So she is technically undead.
she is technically undead.
Mhm.
And you see her telling you this almost like uh, actually, removing a big heavy things from her chest. Like, I have these things and I never say out loud because people are scared of me. Um, but I'm not that person. I'm just dead, and I being forced to carry on, let's say, leaving. And she died 60 years ago. She is probably the older member of the crew.
That's that is a wild piece of information. Um, but thank you for sharing it. It means a lot to me. I will cherish understanding that. And as I cherish you, you are a wonderful uh, friend and companion in all of this.
And she doesn't do hugs or, touching people and etc. She's always a little bit um, reluctant to physical contact. But
Hmm.
she gently put one of her longer clawed hands on your on you're sitting down, so she's just put it down close to you, as close as she can feel comfortable with.
Hmm.
And um, that's pretty much the equivalent of thank you.
Hmm.
um,
Jarvis puts his hand down next to hers as well, so that they are not holding but touching. And he looks over at her and smiles. And I'm glad to learn from someone so wise and kind. Um, for all that people may think about you, it is about looking on the inside and, and seeing that there's so much more.
she doesn't shed tears, probably because she cannot, but you see her big, greedy, less weird smile just softening.
Hmm.
Um, and she just nod. And this brief moment got interrupted by Luth because um, she just come closer and she actually hugged um, Geraldine. She's the only person on board that Geraldine allow her to do it. It's like she just suddenly been surprised by this small entity that just come closer, almost like child size, hugging her leg. And the two women just give you just give you a sign of leaving, and Luth will drag Geraldine with her doing some stuff, because usually they meet when Luth finish her duties, and they just spend
Hmm.
time down into the cargo hold, chatting or drinking tea and etc.
Hmm. I was going to ask, and maybe Luke interrupted us, but I was going to ask because I feel like there have been times, and I know that I've heard it as a player, but I don't know if I've heard it as a character. But I know that Geraldine will sometimes be down there talking to someone in the dark,
Mm-hmm.
um, and and I feel like maybe he has seen that at some point, um, and so he was going to ask if that is the Fatwa, if that is the entity that she has kind of taken as a patron, as it were. But again, I don't know if they got
I
interrupted.
mean, those information, those chatting and etc. will come across a week. So I would
Hmm.
say there are a certain point you going to have to ask, and the answer is a blunt yes.
Okay, so that is another member of our crew, and that is
She will
mm,
just, as soon as you kind of put it like that, she just, her eyes goes wide and she say no.
well, and I okay, that's fine, but I asked this question because of the story that we are digging into with Ocean and Jolly Roger, and these powerful beings traveling with this person. We, in a sense, have a connection ourselves to something more because of you.
I I will tell you this. This is going to be in character just a moment.
That's fine.
Geraldine will look at you and just say, this is something I keep in me, because if I don't, you will be a part of her collection.
Mm.
As I said, she doesn't deal with living things.
Mm-hmm. And I understand that.
When Hotpot asked me to learn from me, from her, and etc., and I put him in front of the fact that if he does, bad things will happen, and he, decided to let go. I was happy, because no one should ever ended up like me. You guys are the only things that left of my old war.
Mm.
I am a monster, but you guys, I want this monster keep safe. And I will never allow her to take you.
Jarvis just kind of gets quiet and somber, and his eyes well up a little bit, and he looks at her and says, "And we will do all that we can to keep you uh, with us as well. You are not a monster in our eyes, but a member of our crew and family."
I'm like, no, Jarvis, I know what I am. And every house has that monster under the bed.
Mm.
Is part of the family, is part of the house. But they know their role. And if there is anything else in the house that is a problem, I make sure that there's no more.
Mm.
So, yes, I'm a Golia, as the Fredicarian said. And I hit people. That's for sure, you already know. And I don't do it because I like it, but because it's the only things that keep me here with you. And it's the only things that doesn't make me go feral and attack the people that I care about. The captain knows it. And that is the reason why she doesn't get into my business. We have an understanding. She's the one to find me. I was lost, broken, and she gave me this. She gestured to the ship.
Mm.
I will never let Tulvatra step on board. Because if she does, if she gets out of the cargo hold, yeah, I will lose everyone. And I don't want that.
Mm. Carry a heavy weight.
I speak metaphorically. She is not in there.
Mm-hmm.
Cargo is a safe place. But just so you understand.
They are not here, but their power is.
They are, as she tap her skull,
Yeah.
and they have access to the ward through me. But luckily, I'm not her only pawn.
Mm.
So she checked on me sometimes, and I gave her what she wants. More stories, more bones.
Mm.
In exchange, one day, I will finally rest forever.
Mm. Mm. Jarvis, that he turns. I kind of imagine that the two of them are sitting on the hammock. The,
Very
the
end of the
hammock.
book.
Yeah, like sitting someplace, whether it be the hammock or a or a a bench or whatever it might be. Um, and he just kind of turns and doesn't like move away from her, but just kind of accepts that piece of information and just kind of stares out at the water as they sail and kind of rock back and forth, and is just finds comfort in knowing this new piece of truth, because again, that is kind of part of what he's doing, because of the ring, and and all of the things that he's now kind of swirling into this new faith in a sense. And
Mhm.
just kind of smiles and just, okay, that's I can be comfortable with that because I have faith in you. I trust you to be a good person, um, as it were. Um, so yeah, thank you for that. I'm glad we got a chance to um, fully get that out. Um, and then he did want to also have a little bit of time with
Carla.
lady with Carla as well.
Yeah, and just to sum it up a little bit on that, um,
Oh yeah.
we are so the Witches of Obolawa use a different school of magic. Is called the fate magic, and you start to see a connection of that with. Wait a second, fate? Are you are connected to Talor? So you start to think about these things,
hmm hmm
and they are using the tarot cards or the crystals or other object as a fulcrum, as to channel that fate and change the outcome of things. So their magic as need to go through like a filter to get used,
hmm
because it's so raw and powerful that if they use it as it comes, it will destroy them.
hmm
And this is the reason why when you guys saw her, throwing that tarot up, the trial got destroyed the moment, and it got, into pieces the moment she casted the spell. Some witches use crystals, some witches use tarots, some use bones, and etc. So every piece of their magic goes through something. But their school of magic is the same for the three covens. It's just the way that there's been used that is a change. And is called the Witch's Fate School of Magic.
Mm-hmm.
And she can tell you this in terms of the three coven and etc., etc., etc. They are three sisters, not by blood, but by like a chosen family,
Mm-hmm.
of three ancient primordial spellcasters that made a path a long, long, long time ago. And each one of them is called Mother. But according to what she knows, they all revere a higher entity that they call Mater Levana. You heard her say this name before,
Mm-hmm.
if you remember. And Mother Levana, according to what she knows, so, she's not deep into the coven anymore. Her information are partial.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know what this entity is, but she knows what this name means. Levana is ancient Obolev for lifting up. And usually, this is the name Levana became later on Levatrice, and became later on and this is where my my brain short circuits. Midwife.
Okay.
The person that take the child and lift it up
Mm-hmm.
after the child is born. Almost like the mother of life.
Mother of life. So this is a different god, or this is a fatwa.
And that's the other things that I will say, because you study on it and Jarvis knows about it and etc. In Akiptonian tradition, there is this entity called the moon's mother.
Mm.
This goddess that now has been banned and is not in the records anymore. And that's, it's all related to Jolly, so sorry, to Kid Treasure and etc. They told you, is under the temple of the moon's the goddess moon's mothers and etc etc.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that the moon's mother in Akiptonian ancient traditions is the mother of the moons, also known as the three goddesses, because the three moons are called Mil, Kal, and Osh. Milas, Caliber, and Oshu.
Mm-hmm. I definitely need a chart for all of this information.
Yeah. No, it's a lot of information, I know.
So I'll have to like throw it all out in my mind.
But yes, so you feel like there is another connection there for what you are studying on one side with
I
Geraldine.
was already gonna say that. So so it almost feels like, again, Roger is some kind of a deity, like almost like he is the child of a god. So at the end, he got lifted up by fate, and maybe that is actually what Ocean is upset about, because that was, in a sense, her child. And again, he's like spitballing in his mind, like, is this?
Spitballing is mine. I'm not going
Yeah.
to contradict you or going to say
No, no,
you're
no,
right,
no, no,
you're
no. I
wrong,
don't.
and etc.
I'm not asking yes or no, but it feels like there's something going on there. Like there's something more to who that person was. There's all these gods that have kind of surrounded themselves around this human who is, you know, epic, and um and so as he's focusing on the one, he's starting to realize the connection of all the others. But at the same time, he's trying to keep his mind set on Kid, but maybe Kid was, in a sense, following the same thing. Kid was, a pirate trying to collect magical items and collect power and everything else, but maybe Kid got locked into something else, and that's why this stuff about the moons is related to him as well. And so he's just so I also want to say that um, uh, Jarvis has a notebook, and is taking a lot of notes and trying to, like, draw lines in the sand, as it were, to, okay, this seems to relate to this, and this seems to relate to that, and how do all
Mhm.
these things come together? So he's writing the information down, and then, like, drawing out a chart, and then writing down some more information and drawing another chart, and then eventually, like, combining the charts to, like, get some, like, a little murder board kind of an idea going on. This is how all these things kind of seem to link together, and putting question marks on everything. And So he's just trying to work out this age-old mystery. Um, just a simple farm boy from a cold, icy island, who is now trying to. He doesn't even know what he's trying to do anymore. But he just keeps getting all this information because that's what he does.
Yeah.
Um, and is just following his nose into the bandsaw. Maybe he doesn't know, but is definitely enjoying himself. So that's what he, unless she gives him something more about magic, um, he's
The thing is, she cannot give you a lot about magic because
mhm,
she knows only one school of magic, and
mhm,
that's what she is being, mm, sh- and also she is not really deep into it because, as you know, she left the coven, so she can let you understand how her magic works,
mhm,
um, but she's not, like, she's a lady at the end of the day that has some training in magic. She is not a full magician.
mhm,
um,
yeah,
but she happy to help and to let you, to help you to understand what she's capable of and etc. um, but we are moving from this for a moment
yeah. Sorry to take up
again.
so much time, everybody. Thank you, though.
No, no, I mean, everyone had their chance of role playing it, and I think you got into a very interesting niche there. So, um, I will say this week goes as smoothly as I describe it. But then one morning, wind seems to goes down, and without warning, the world seems to shift. there is all of a sudden like a curtain of milky dense fog that descend around you guys without movement or sound, wrapping the ship in like in this unreal hush. It doesn't rise from the sea; it's already there. It's like all of a sudden, bam, as almost like a thought that like a thought that you merely chosen to be noticed right now. It's like now I'm here. Now you know. The hair is around you smell of like metal and algae, like things left in the water for too long. All the sounds are dull. The voice arrive half a heartbeat late, almost like there is a moment of delay. And for many hours, nothing happens. You are still moving slowly, but it's oh, everything is so slow, almost unsettling. And the sea under the fog is barely visible. It's still there, you can hear it. But the waves, the riding wave ocean, so they're quite, they have that name for a reason. They no longer strike the hull, they almost brush against it. And Jarvis, you're the first one to notice it because you spend a lot of time there at the stern looking back. You see a ship appear on the horizon. It doesn't emerge from the horizon, it simply is. There was nothing, and a moment later, there it is. It's dark, misshapen, more like a shadow given the form of a vessel than the vessel itself. You will see Kuhan taking, just trying to look to understand what the heck is going on, but every detail seems to be a little bit blur. The proportion will not settle. The some of you say it's a sloop, no, it's a brigantine. It's like what the heck is that?
Mm.
And he's there and moving, predatory,
Is
heading
are those
towards.
big? Are those big ships?
Sorry.
Are those big ships? The two you just mentioned?
The sloop is like yours, so it's small and
Yeah,
slender. And the
yeah.
brigantine is a little bit larger, is like a bigger version of what you are right now, or
Hmm.
what you are right now.
Hmm.
So no, it's not a galleon for sure. It's not like
Hmm.
a
Not the
line.
Black Pearl.
No, not the Black Pearl.
Hmm.
Um, and it's like distant, kind of
Hmm.
in the same place, heading towards you.
Hmm.
And is there for hours. And the presence became almost like a fixed thought. You like a pressure at the base of everyone's skull. Like every glance find it. People that are working, even if they try to get distracted, but they ended up giving a quick look to see if it's still there. And the time on board seems to stretch again, thickening, turning a little bit viscous. And your breath blends with the fog. The horizon seems to almost cease to exist as a reference because everything is a little bit like milky and whitish.
Hmm.
And the only constant thing is that ship.
Hmm.
Whatever it is, that remains always right there behind you, following.
In the fog, does it seem like and Jarvis would like try out a couple of his spells? Does it seem like magic is still working the same way? Does it seem like there's any hindrance to what he has the capability of doing?
The magic around you, it feels normal,
Hmm.
a little bit charged,
So
almost like
almost
there is
easier,
a little bit an extra edge to it.
almost like how not necessarily how it was on Ocean Day, but a little bit easier to tap into.
Easy to tap into, and you know that that happens usually when the line between this world and the veil are thinner.
Hmm.
And on this, I think is a very good spot to close the session tonight and see what's going to happen next session.
Yeah.
So, have a good night to everyone. See you next
Mhm.
time.